So come on in, take a sip. Let's wind down. Today we have a 2023 Vesevo Anglianico. And the Anglianico is among the most revered grape varieties in southern Italy. So I was very excited to see this bottle at the little Vomfas, which is another wine store. It's in the area here. It's down the shopping district a bit. Not a bad little walk. And I picked this up today, and it was right at about 11 euros or something like that. So I mean, it certainly wasn't overkill. But on the nose, it has just got this wonderful red fruit, right? You know, I normally just, characterize as cassis, but just this kind of a red fruit with some vanilla, hints of oak in there. It's really lovely on the nose. But on the palate, it's fruity. Dry, not much sweet at all to speak of, so therefore right up my alley. I would say it's a little bit more acidic than it would be soft, but it's kind of, we're hanging out in that middle area there. And, bold. No, it's just a very pleasant finishing wine. It doesn't have any sort of bite to it at all. I put the alcohol at about 13 to 14% on it. I know I could read it. I just always forget. And I can kind of tell what it's going to be anyway with the nose, right? So, but no, this is a fabulous, fabulous little wine. And I love the squatty little bottle. I thought, well, that's interesting. And it kind of fits in the wine rack beautifully. I got 2 bottles, and so I picked up 4 bottles down there, but I got 2 new ones today, and I think we'll have the other one tomorrow, maybe, depending. So we'll see. But in the meantime, happy Saturday. My name is Christopher. I am delighted that you're here to help me solve this grid, right? It's just like it's our attempt, do the best we can. So might as well hop on into it and see what we can pull out of here. So looks like we've got another Louise de Vera, and it doesn't seem that long ago when we just had him before. So this should be fun. It's a Saturday after all, so these are always, my favorite day of the week for puzzles. So let's hop into this guy and see what we've got here. So, course on behavior for short. We need to start with psych, maybe? Maybe it'll do. River that once marked the boundary of the Wild West, and that would be the Pecos River. Lyrical piece of maybe a nepode? It's been so long since I've... Summer hours in Iowa, Central Daylight Time. Mary the First to Henry the Eighth. So I'm assuming we're talking about an heir. And really, his 2 heirs, Mary and Elizabeth, I'm telling you, those 2, talk about consequential monarchs, really. And as a guy with a degree in Elizabethan poetry, Elizabeth, yeah. So feeling described as hoping for the best, but fearing for the worst. Maybe, I want to say maybe cautiously optimistic. I don't know. Location where a video game character starts or restarts a level, and I don't remember what. I know it's Spawn. I've seen this somewhere. I'm not a gamer, unless you consider this gaming. I don't consider solving a crossword playing. It's not playing this game. I'm solving a grid, right? I'm solving a conundrum, a mystery. Riddles. This is work that's fun, right? Or at least something along those lines. Maybe it's just engaging and enlightening. Maybe that's what I'm trying to say. Neck in Newcastle is to snog. Since I've begun doing the Guardian Cryptic crosswords, that is just, those can be brutal. I can tell you, I have learned so much cool British slang. I had no idea. Incredulous reply to a daring scheme. Well, we might have caution. If you want to spell that correctly. Caution. I don't know what we're gonna do with the word. I feel like we've got caution of some sort here. That stings. Ow, maybe. So incredulous reply to a daring scheme. Maybe you wouldn't. You wouldn't, right? Incredulous, Maybe this is where we're going. I'm not quite really sure. It is a Saturday. They're known for being a bit on the tricky side, sometimes very circuitous, but always to a degree obtuse, especially when compared to Mondays. Places for change. Maybe this is an R. We've got purses. So C's language. We're talking about Greek here, talking about the Greek alphabet. So yeah, maybe purses would fit the bill here. I think maybe shelters from the heat. With that question mark, so I'm thinking the heat might be the popo. So maybe safe houses. Let's see how it plays out. I guess something we kind of know, like psych and epode, maybe, right? So share the spotlight. Maybe smoothie seeds. You can put an acai or a chia. Pixel dense for short, could be high def. So that said, I think we've got ourselves chia seeds for our smoothie. I like them in my elixir of life, a soup I make every day. It's really good stuff. It's 0 guilt, no carbs, 0 calories to really speak of. All of the antioxidants you could ever possibly want. If you want the recipe, let me know. I make a big pot every week and have 1 cup a night to begin my dinner. After, of course, my apple cider vinegar. Esquire, often. Well, yes, exactly. So this is the spawn point, maybe, I think. Again, it's just not something that I normally involve myself in the gaming world, but I have seen them. So share the spotlight could be to co-lead. And shelters from the heat. Yeah, I think we got maybe safe houses. So, infamous denier of Mary and Joseph, maybe the innkeeper. And so I was like wondering, what is INNK? I was thinking, I got something wrong somewhere. But now I think we're okay. I think we might be okay. Aviation legend. How about Amelia Earhart? And rock band founded by 3 sisters. And isn't that Haim? I think a flute may have a short one. No, I don't like the short stems. But this isn't a flute. This is, as one of our community members referred to it, a bucket. It's a very nice crystal bucket from Italy. But I think of it as more of a fishbowl. If fish swam in wine, that is. Quickly, how about stat? Implement of a roast, maybe a spit. Data command could be to sort. Okay, so manscape, perhaps. Why don't we get a little shaving done? And yeah, sure. Did you really, John? Did you really? Direction for a dog. How about maybe heel? Heel? I don't know if it's H-E-A-L or H-E-E-O. I don't know what it's supposed to be. I've never looked at the word. Never. I'm not kidding you. Charges that vary between states. And I guess we're talking about sales taxes. And that's fair enough. I suppose if you want to charge 30% sales tax and the state right next to you charges 5%, then it's maybe not being that very competitive. But I really don't know. What are you doing with that 30%? You doing great things? You're saving the world with it? Then by all means. But I don't know. Radius neighbor is an ulna. You get really used to living here in Europe. You get used to no sales tax. If I'm back in the States and I go to the grocery store, first of all, it's expensive. But secondly, I notice that if I'm back in the States, like, I mean, when I'm adding things up in my head, if I only have, I mean, if I left my wallet and I've only got, $5 and quarters in the change tray, and I run into the grocery store for something real quick, I don't know what I'd buy for $5 and quarters, but say I found a couple of things, and but I'd have to be adding up in my head, what is that 8% sales tax or 7.5% or whatever it is at any given time, and I was, man, gosh, this is it just doesn't happen here. If you buy 3 or 4 items that are $2.99 a piece, when you get to the register, it's going to be that exact amount at the end. And it really is kind of nice, I think. So let's see, what do we got here? Magnum and Spade for short. We're both private eyes. And by the way, Spade, if you've not seen it, I can't remember. Maybe I think it's on. I got it on Amazon, but it came off of maybe Max or I don't know, Showtime. I don't know. It's one of those things. But anyway, it's just called Spade, and it's really good. It's about Sam Spade, like 20 years later after Casablanca, and he's living in France, and he's a private investigator. It's really just a great show. I mean, I just watched it, and next thing you know, I was like through all 6 or 8 episodes, and it was a real shame too, because I loved it. Okay, so positive result of having 18 across. So it looks like that's probably going to be cautious optimism. And I don't know. Let's see. What do we got here? Don't expect that from me. I never will. I never will. I never will. Give you $5. Okay, I'll do it. Music group co-founded by Dr. Dre, and that would be NWA. And I'm assuming if you're having cautious optimism, a result could be pleasant surprise, or I don't know how we're going to do that yet. I don't know how we're going to parse that or conjugate or what. Thin rods in some product names could be sticks, perhaps. So what do we got here? Proverbial thing to cross in politics. Whatever. Any, maybe? Any kind of fits that. So maybe we're crossing the aisle. I don't really keep up too much with political stuff anymore. It just seems so... Producers of some waves. How about signs? And undoes in court could be annuls. It's funny. So I guess we got a pleasant surprise here. Might as well put it, I think we kind of know what we've got up top. So we're just kind of going about this all bass backward, I think is the term. Send flying. I don't know. Maybe spew? Let up. If it's past tense, let up. Maybe east. Social media star Addison. No, I haven't got a clue. There's no way to know. No idea. Classic poem with the lines leaving behind nights of terror and fear into a daybreak that's wondrously clear. And I do believe we are talking about Still I Rise. Oddly enough, I once in my life had this poem memorized, and other stuff happens. Age and more grad school, and I don't know. Not recommended. Ill-advised or unadvised. Certain digital denizen could be assumed. So maybe ill-advised. Is this an L? Creature that returns to the beach where it was born for laying eggs. And I think this is a sea turtle. And it's so fascinating to think that they make their way all the way back after that huge journey just to come back and then lay their own eggs. Crazy. I think this is Eton mess is the traditional dessert. I think lousy pair to choose from could be evils. And I think that not recommended would be ill-advised. And I just opened up my emoji screen for some reason. I apologize for that little interruption. Okay, so social media star Addison, no idea. So is this a calls without, maybe weeds out? Weeds out. So I feel like this could be spew, and that would maybe we were talking about someone named Addison Ray. And let up, maybe east, one-sided column, and if that is east, and this is very clever, one-sided columns would be op-eds, maybe. Letters for the dearly departed, very nice. Digital recording pioneer, TiVo. Hey, whatever, Nickelodeon cartoon, 9620. I don't know. I think maybe Arnold. Seems like I remember seeing it on the guide. Place for a camper, RV lot, but again, without that L, I didn't know. I just said RV. Oh, no. Then I thought, oh, recreation vehicle, maybe. Guys could be fellas. So we got ourselves air or deep fryer here, annuls, xenomorph who can produce humanoid offspring. Probably, I don't know. I can't even guess an alien queen. I haven't even close. Magic center, familiarly. Don't know. Brand could be to sear. And you did what? Magic, is this a Shea Center? I don't know. I guess I don't know. Said informally. Nice thing to hear from one's dining partner. Okay, well, don't know just yet. Don't want to take too many chances here. Don't want to get something wrong. If I legitimately don't know, that does not bother me a bit. But if I fat finger something and we don't get a nice smooth ending, that really irritates the living mess out of me. Song and dance. Finds another purpose for. Maybe reuses. Maybe scuttlebutt. These days could be the tea, spill the tea. Exposed could be outed. So we know we got this cautious optimism. Optimism. I think I spelled that okay, but if it's not, we'll fix it. Becomes inoperable in a way perhaps as to have rusted. And a quick start. Quick start. I don't know. Maybe we're wrong about tea or something. I don't know it. Let's see. Song and dance. Like many jobs for recent grads. Perhaps entry level. So quick start could be Insta. Okay, very good. Old muscle cars, little GTO. Human concretion sculpture, and I think this would be ARP, Jean ARP. Nice thing to hear from one's dining partner. Could be my treat. I say that a lot. I always like to be generous about stuff like that. Nice thing to hear from, so maybe my treat, yeah. Making sure I'm getting on that. Magic center. Oh, the center for the magic, maybe shack. Okay, no, what's going on? But it's Saturday. I mean, it's basically 4:30 in the afternoon, and it's 1:30. So I feel like we do have an alien queen here, and I was just kind of pulling that out of my third point of contact, but I'm fine with it. Said informally, went maybe, held another session, could have remet. Sources of wind sounds, could be reeds. We're getting it here. I think we're going to be okay. Younger contemporary of Virgil, how about Ovid? Yes, and then let's see, song and dance, got rigmarole, very nice. Minus, less. And water-resistant wood. How about the lovely elm tree? And so, how did we do, Bob? Just a really interesting grid. Not at all a rollover by any stretch. It was quite a challenging Saturday. not insurmountable. It wasn't so circuitous that it wasn't gonna be solved. I mean, you know, there was a time not too long ago I might have had to look up a couple of things, but for the most part, you know, this was just a gorgeous grid. I didn't see anything in here at all that was really inelegant. It's all expectational, and it was fabulous. I love the cautious optimism and the pleasant surprise, the back and forth there. It was some ambivalence, you know, I never will kind of a thing, right? You know, a little bit of ambiguity on occasion. The rigmarole, the song and dance was beautiful. And I really thought that op-eds down here might be my favorite takeaway of the day, right? One-sided columns, you know. It's like, what's a column with one side? It makes no sense. You know, so op-eds, that's really very cool. And I gotta remember that when you're telling a dog to stop or to sit or whatever, it's to heel. It's 2 E's. Yeah, so I guess it's like, you know, put your heel in the ground. I'll draw up some sort of mnemonic device. Or I'll do one better. I'll learn the etymology. So with that said, beautiful grid. Let's go ahead and close it out. And we've got just enough of our Vesevo Anglianico. Lovely wine. If you can get your hands on a bottle and it's not a small fortune due to tariffs or, you know, whatever restrictions may apply to the borders surrounding your place of residence, then I would suggest you try it. It really is just a fantastic little vino. This one is coming in today right at about 65 degrees Fahrenheit because I had just put it in the wine cooler, I don't know, maybe about an hour and a half ago or so. But it is very pleasant, so warm or slightly chilled, wonderful, wonderful red wine. And you can tell this is very much a very, very exquisite grape. So a lot of great work went into this, and it's just beautiful. So, until we see you on the morrow, ich wünsche Ihnen einen schönen Tag noch. Auf Wiedersehen. Tschüss. Servus. Grüß Gott. Ciao. Cin-Cin. Thank you for liking. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for your comments. I see I have a whole bunch to go through, and I will do that as soon as we get this one processing. Until tomorrow, try to be nice to strangers if you can at all stomach it. Be well. Cheers.